What's up, Couyons? Ryan back with another video. Yep, another video today. I shot the 1792 video a little while ago, and I decided I was going to make notes on this wilderness trail. And then I was going to shoot this later, but man, sometimes you have something, you try it, you're doing your notes on it, you feel good about it. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the video now. I'm feeling good. I wrote a lot of stuff down on this, so I wanted to go ahead and just knock it out of the park since I already got the notes done. And I'm feeling good about it, man. There's a lot of stuff on this bottle. Give you a little close up real quick. This I think was part of the Bourbon Festival picks or someone like that. It doesn't have any of that on here, but there's a lot of information on this bottle. It's a barrel number 779514. It's a single barrel. Family Reserve Cask Strength, DSP KY 20005. It's 55.82% alcohol and 111.65 proof. It is aged 4 years, 6 month barrel ISC Rickhouse BW26-16 yeast strain 921. It's made from corn, rye, and malted barley. See, I told you I've been drinking a little bit already. Bottle number 156 of 209. Distilled, aged, and bottled by Wilderness Trail Distillery, Danville, Kentucky. A lot of information on this bottle. But, I started doing my notes on this, and, I was kind of really impressed with it. This crazy thing is, I've obviously drank a good bit of this bottle already. But, I have to say, man, if y'all never actually sat down and made notes on a bottle, definitely give it a shot. Because I've liked this bottle. I've drank from a good bit. But I'm only just now sitting down doing my notes on it. And I didn't realize how impressed I am with a lot of things on it. That I literally, like I said, wrote all these notes for. One, like I said, there was a lot of things to write down just bottle-wise, what they have on the information, but it impressed me in a few different ways. But let's get into it, y'all. I got a little glass poured up in my, like I said, I think it's a Bourbon Festival glass or pick. I'm not 100% sure. I got it from Canada's a while back. So I got my little Bourbon Festival glass from a few years back. And we'll get into the nose. Alright. So I got a lot written down. Normally I usually kind of have this off to the side and kind of glance at it and so on. But I don't want to miss anything, so. Musty caramel. Stick. It's just has a mustiness to it. It's a mossy caramel, vanilla, but super thick, like swamp marsh humidity. It's pungent, kind of like in your face, just real thick, strong. Fucking great. It's almost like you can still smell the fermentation. I don't know if y'all ever been to a distillery and they have the big old tanks fermenting or whatever. You have that sweetness in the air, that fermentation smell. I don't know if I can describe it better than that, but it also reminds me of touring a rickhouse. You get those whiskey smells and that sweet oak in the air. It's just beautiful. It's an awesome nose. Honestly, this is kind of really what drove me to go ahead and shoot this video right now. The nose on this is just awesome. Love it. And I really think the mash bill on this really stands out. So you get the corn, you get the bourbon notes, the caramel, stuff like that. I think the malted barley is really giving me that mossy, just musty, musty notes or whatever that I'm getting out of here. But it's real rich and just in your face, and like I said, that swamp kind of like humidity. If you know what that is, you know what I mean then. Because when it's humid out there, it's just rich and just intense in your face, just brutal, but in a good way. At least for this, not the humidity, because that's terrible. Oh, all right. Let's get into the palate. Cheers. So the palate's a lot like the nose. It's a thick caramel with creamy vanilla. It's got a hint of pecan, say like a nuttiness to it. I went back and forth whether I wanted to be pecan or like almond. There's definitely a nuttiness to it that's not necessarily the wood, but there's some oak right there behind it as well. It has a spicy mouthfeel to it that is rich and just full flavored. The finish is unfortunately not that long, but it is intense with a lot of bite, a lot of alcohol burn. It just doesn't last, a long time. It's got a good little finish to it, about 10 seconds or so, but at 111 proof, it's got a lot of bite, a lot of burn to it. Makes your lips tingle for a good while. A lot more than, say, the 1792 full proof that I just did. That one at 125 proof it didn't have that bite and burn that you would think it would have at 125 proof. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you want a whiskey to punch you in the mouth, and this one definitely has that intensity that you would really like from it, I didn't write down my score on here. I'm thinking 7.5 on this one. This bottle, it kind of really surprised me because, like I said, I've drank a good bit of it. I've enjoyed it, but I've never actually sat down and put my thoughts down on paper. And since I've done that, I've got a lot to say about it. So, Couyons score, I'm gonna go 7.5. Man, I really, really enjoyed the nose on this. 10 out of 10, man. That beautiful nose, just rich and just in your face and intense. Really like it. I think they nailed the mash bill on this, man. The corn, the rye, and the malted barley. That rye really just comes in on the palate, and like I said, it's spicy, and I really get. I think that's really from the rye. Like I said, the malted barley, I think is giving it the mossy and just mustiness to it. And the corn, obviously, giving you your traditional bourbon notes, caramel, vanilla. But 7.5, guys, dude. Like this bottle. Uh, like I said, I think it's a pick. I don't really have any of the pick information on there, but it is a single barrel strength, cask strength, family reserve bottle. So I'm sure, depending, you could probably find something similar to this in your area. Won't lie, I've kind of held off on these wilderness trails because I've had a bottle in the past. Not had, I've drank from a bottle, and I don't remember what it was, but I didn't like it. I thought it was awful. It's one of the worst things I've ever drank, whiskey-wise, and since then I have not tried another wilderness trail since then. But this has definitely changed my mind. I really like it. We'll see about doing a few other ones. Maybe I'm sure they have a bottle and bonnet or some other variants out there. That being said, like I said, the other one was one of the more awful ones that I've had. I was thinking about making a new segment on the channel. Not necessarily reviews, but I want to try and maybe do some bottom shelf bourbons, just some really awful things, or what I'm assuming might be some really awful things. Might be some good things in there. Kind of fiddling around with the language that we want to use. It'll be, I think, a 1 to 5, whether it's good, bad, drinkable, buyable, something like that. We got to throw some coon-ass words in there. And then we'll go from there. But we'll see. That's in the works. But like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all on the next video. Later.